All right, good morning. We'll start with the pledge. Commissioner Mott, will you lead us in the pledge?
Yes, sir.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Smith, will you open in prayer?
Heavenly Father, we come to you once again. We thank you for the opportunity to be here to do the business for the county. We ask, Lord, that you would guide us in the way that we go, that we make the right decisions, do the things that are in the best interest of the people in this community. Lord, we thank you once again for this opportunity. We ask you to watch over us and take care of us. We ask these things in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, gentlemen. All right, good morning. It is June 18th, and we will jump in with approving the meeting minutes of June 11th.
I'll make the motion to approve.
And I will vacate the chair to second.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Powell,
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
I will abstain since I was not here last one.
In the matter of request for appropriation of funds,
Any comments or questions on appropriation requests?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of request for appropriation transfer of funds,
Any comments or questions on appropriation transfer requests?
I'll make a motion we approve the transfers.
I'll second.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of approving payment of the regular schedule of accounts for the various funds, moral obligations, and the then and now certificates, in the total amount of $915,658.70.
Any comments or questions? Item 4.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of accepting miscellaneous reports,
Any comments or questions on our miscellaneous reports?
I make a motion we accept those reports.
I will second.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of request for fund transfers,
Any comments or questions on our fund transfers?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I will second.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of support letter to the House Representative David Taylor regarding Title IV-E funding.
All right, Commissioner Smith, I know you placed this on our agenda. It's worthwhile cause. If you would like to expound.
Yeah, I'm not going to read the letter, but I will. The 4E money is money that is provided by the federal government for placement of kids that are in foster care that have certain needs. And the kids have to meet a criteria to be 4E eligible. And one of our situations that we've had in the county has been that we're overspending our budget on placement money. And talking to the Department of Human Services, or Department of Job and Family Services, they indicated that this money is slow coming in from the federal government. It's slow trickling in, and because of one of the government shutdowns, it got backed up a little farther. And so I asked them to give me a number of what is owed, and at this point it looks like that our county is waiting for $416,398. And so this letter is just asking Congressman Taylor's office to look into this and see if there's any possible way that they can speed that up because of the situation that we have with our placement budget, that we could get this money, because it's not going to help. I mean, not going to fix, I guess is the best way to say it. Not going to fix our problem, but it would be a help to us to get that money and be able to pay it. So the Department of Job and Family Services had mentioned this and said it was a little bit of the problem, so I thought maybe the best way to do it would be go to Congressman Taylor's office and see if he could speed that up a little bit. So with that, I would make a motion that we accept this letter and mail it on to Congressman Taylor's office.
Absolutely. I will second.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye, and thank you for your leadership on that one.
In the matter of resolution recognizing Appalachian Freedom Heritage Tourism Initiative,
Commissioner Malt, I know you have a resolution here to recognize our Appalachian Freedom Heritage Tourism. We have Professor Andrew Fite here with us as well to probably discuss all the hard work you've done on this. But if we would You want to do the resolution
Yes, I
first, and then after we present, you can share a little more? Does that make sense? All right, good.
Whereas Shawnee State University Center for Public History has served as leading research partner in Appalachian Freedom Heritage Tourism Initiative, an Appalachian Regional Commission Heritage Tourism project dedicated to preserving the history of the Underground Railroad across the tri-state region of Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. And whereas through the funding provided by the Appalachian Regional Commission's Power Initiative, the Appalachian Freedom Heritage Tourism Initiative has brought significant federal investment into the tri-state region, supporting new historical research, preservation and efforts, educational programming, and heritage tourism and development. And whereas the leadership of Marty Conley and the Lawrence Economic Development Corporation, this multi-state initiative has created the Appalachian Freedom Heritage Tour, which connects communities across the tri-state region through the preservation and interpretation of Underground Railroad history. And whereas Dr. Drew Fite, serving both as Director of Shawnee State University's Center for Public History as Director of Research and Outreach for the Appalachian Freedom Heritage Tourism Initiative, has coordinated research, student engagement, and public outreach, and the interpretation of Underground Railroad history throughout the tri-state region. And whereas Shawnee State University history students have conducted original historical research and helped prepare National Park Service documentation that directly contributed to the successful network of freedom recognition of Allen Chapel, AME Church, Pleasant Green Baptist Church, the Portsmouth Steamboat Landing, and James M. Ashley's residence. And now, therefore, we, the Scioto County Board of Commissioners, do hereby recognize and commend the Appalachian Freedom Heritage Tourism Initiative, the Lawrence Economic Development Corporation, and Shawnee State University Center for Public History, whose outstanding work has helped preserve and promote the rich historical legacy of Scioto County, Ohio, and the larger tri-state region.
All right, thank you for that, and thank you for all of your hard work, not just on this project, but you have been over the, I don't want to put how many years you've been working on the local history, but you have, you know, as we sit here celebrating America 250, if we're not capturing this, it could be lost to time. So thank you for your hard work on this project, but really, quite honestly, all the others across the county and the region you've been working on. If you want to share a little more about this project specifically?
Sure. Thank you, Commissioner Powell and the other commissioners for your support. Really going back years as well. As you say, I've been working on this history for quite some time. The project that we're talking about here is a 3-year project. Actually, it's going into almost 4 years now, funded by the Appalachian Regional Commission to help us develop cultural heritage tourism here in Scioto County, but more broadly in the tri-state region. And we've been successful in listing sites in Scioto County on the National Underground Railroad Network of Freedom, which is a National Park Service program that recognizes verified Underground Railroad historical sites. So we can now say, Portsmouth had really an incredible history of Underground Railroad activity, and it's now being recognized in 4 different sites within Scioto County. So as we wrap things up, we're holding dedication ceremonies, and the one that's coming up that I want to invite the commissioners to, and that this proclamation really is meant to help draw attention to, is the dedication of a marker for James M. Ashley. James Ashley grew up here in Scioto County. He grew up in Portsmouth. He became a conductor on the Underground Railroad. He was one of the founders of the Republican Party here in Ohio. And he went on to Congress, where he shepherded the legislation that abolished slavery in the United States. James Ashley is known as the legislative author of the 13th Amendment that abolished slavery. And what is being marked on the 26th of June that has been listed with the National Park Service is what historically has been known as Houston's Corner, or Houston Corner. Today we know it as the corner of 2nd and Court Streets. It is where Patty's and Pints is. It is the Elks Building. that corner is where James Ashley lived in the 1840s and into the early 1850s. And we were able to prove that while he was living there at Houston Corner, right in the bony fill of Portsmouth, that he is documented as helping a group of 5 freedom seekers escape from Reno County through Scioto County while he was living at that residence. And so that is how we got that site marked for its association with the Underground Railroad and with James Ashley in particular. So on the 26th of June at noon at Patty's and Pints down at Port and Second, we'll be having a dedication ceremony and invite the whole public to come out and celebrate this American history that happened right here in Scioto County. So thank you for your time. Again, appreciate the resolution and support.
Yeah.
Hope everybody has a great day.
Once again, thank you for all your hard work. I know you also have, if you want to, plug the app, Scioto History, so you can actually go on and not
Sure.
only this, but also the football history and kind of, you've done a ton of work
Right.
across the area, and I know it's,
So I guess I'd point people to two
Yep.
websites. One is the sciotohistorical.org site that has all the local history here, from the NFL Spartans to the earthworks and abolitionist history, Underground Railroad history as well. That's the project that Shawnee State's Center for Public History is developing. But if you really want to dive deep into the Underground Railroad history of the region, that website is AppalachianFreedom.com.
very cool. All right, sir. Well, we have a resolution. If you'll keep this copy. Oh, you can have it. Oh, we still have to probably take a
Yeah,
vote.
we probably should vote on that, shouldn't
Who wants to take a vote?
I'll make the motion to adopt.
All right.
we? I'll second.
We got a first and a second.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye. Come on up, sir. We have somebody taking a picture. Go ahead, Joey.
Congratulations. Thanks for all the work you did. Thanks, Drew. Thanks, Will.
And now you don't have to run to Ashland, sis. All right, moving on to item 9.
In the matter of authorizing clerk to advertise notice to bidders for SCI-CR VAR-PM FY27 pavement marking project number E2606453 regarding the engineer.
So this is authorizing our clerk to advertise a notice to bidders regarding a pavement marking project. That bid will open on July 30th at 10 o'clock. Comments, questions?
Make a motion that we approve.
On the second.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of certification of unpaid sewer rates and charges regarding sanitary engineer.
This is just once again, if you have unpaid sewage rates, we do certify those and they do eventually hit your tax bill. So as you can see, we have a big packet here today. Any comments or questions?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of authorizing clerk to advertise notice to bidders for Scioto County Sheriff's Office commercial water storage, tank replacement, and saltwater system installation.
So this is part of the jail enhancement project. The Sheriff's Office received around $1.5 million. So this is regarding a water storage tank replacement and saltwater system. The bid is July 23rd at 10 a.m. Any comments or questions?
I'll make a motion to approve advertising for the bid.
We got a first and second.
I'll second.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of accepting a minute certificate from the Budget Commission.
Any comments or questions, item 12?
I'll make the motion to accept.
I'll second.
Mr. Malt,
Aye.
Mr. Smith,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of public purpose investment memorandum of understanding regarding the pilot program.
Commissioner Smith, you have taken the lead on this from the beginning regarding the pilot money coming from the Google project. specifically the first $500,000 and what that means for Green School District. Sir, if you could share, I know you went to school board earlier in the week.
I was at the school board meeting Tuesday. This has been a couple of months we've been talking about this, and we've kicked it back and forth. The initial, in the CRA, initially it said we would get basically $500,000 in pilot money from the agreement that we had with Google. In that, we made the promise from the very start that we would take that pilot money and roll it back into the community and to do the best benefit we could for the taxpayers. Well, as we looked at it, the best benefit we could see for the taxpayers was they were paying like 7.5 mil levy on their school that they'd built up there, which the payment was like $460,000 a year. And so as we looked at that, we thought that the best way to help the taxpayers would be to eliminate that bond for the next 15 years. So we made the offer that we would completely pay that bond levy for the next 15 years. Give them the $500,000, they could pay it, whatever was left they could use. The school came back with a counter offer saying they need some money for operations, and they would like to pay like a 60-40 split of that. They would like to pay like $300,000 on the bond issue, $200,000 keep for purposes of working in the school with the budget and doing the things, because just like every other school in the area, they're running short budget-wise. And so I sit down, talk with them, and we came to the conclusion after we talked down here that we would make the offer that we would pay the $500,000, but we would give them the option if they wanted to come back to us with the 60-40 split. Well, they came back with the 60-40 split, so we said, fine, we've got to go to the people. So we set it up to where it would be at the school board meeting that people would be able to talk about it. Wasn't very many people showed up at the school board meeting. I don't know why. I don't know what the issue was, why that there weren't very many showed up, but I was up there Tuesday. They agreed to do the 60-40 split, and so they did a memorandum of understanding, sent it down to me, and so today we're looking to approve that memorandum of understanding. And basically what it would do, it would reduce their tax levy from 7.5 mils, I think, down to 1.45 or something like that mils. And that doesn't sound right when you look at the numbers. It sounds like, okay, you're doing only 300,000 on that, and it doesn't sound right. But there's some things that that happen in that with assessment of property. The values have gone up, so they are collecting more money than what they would be collecting when they originally started the levy. And so it brings it down to about a 1.5 mil levy, which is great for the people in Green Township. Would have much rather seen it completely eliminate that, but that's not what the school chose to do. And the memorandum of understanding, basically, it's pretty, it's a few pages, so it's not just a 1 or 2 page item, so I'm not going to read all of it. But basically what it does, it says when we receive that $500,000 pilot payment, which will not happen until the building is on site and gets a certificate of occupancy. Once they get that, then we will receive $500,000 pilot money. That will go to Green Schools, and they will split it 60-40 to pay for $300 on their bond levy and the other $200 for operational purposes. So basically, that's where we are with that. This is the memorandum of understanding, and I would make a motion that we approve this memorandum.
All right. And I appreciate your leadership on this. Once again, everybody say, well, what are you guys going to do with the pilot? Because it is in the purview of the commissioners of what to do with that money. And as we've said all along, it's going back to the community. So the school and the community, once again, they probably know better of how they would like to spend the money and to go around. So once again, while we would have liked to seen the levy go away entirely for a while, I also recognize budget constraints really across all of our school districts. So glad they had the opportunity to discuss as a board, and I appreciate your hard work on this. But we do have a motion.
I will second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of approving the Scioto County Chemical Emergency Response and Preparedness Plan regarding EMA.
This is our response plan for chemical emergencies. Appreciate Larry Mullins and the entire team that work on these plans. This comes in handy. We have several chemical plants in the area. At any given time, we have semis traveling with chemicals. We have trains going through the area. So there's a group of folks that kind of look at all of the risks and develop plans accordingly. So if something happens, we are ready and prepared. Hopefully nothing ever does happen, but just in case, this has been through our EMA team, and now we have a plan specific to, and I think we've always had a plan, but this is just once they've looked at it and updated it. So this is our chemical emergency response and preparedness. Any comments or questions?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I have a comment on this one.
Great.
I sat in on one of their training sessions, been a couple months ago on, it was what they called a tabletop training, where we sit down and they threw a scenario out there saying that, we had this chemical truck wreck and this happened and that happened, and they work hard on making sure that they're prepared for those type of things so that they have them in place when it comes. And it was very informative. So actually, they incorporated me into the training to an extent, and I wasn't crazy about that part, but it was a good training, and they're getting prepared for situations that we hope never happen. So with having said that, I'll second the motion.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye. That is the end of our agenda. Any comments or questions, items on agenda, off agenda? You're on or off?
On.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Commissioners, thank you for your time. I have questions about the pilot program. You discussed the $500,000. Are there plans, are there discussions on what to do for a pilot of, say, a 2 million square foot facility?
So not yet. That's a good question. I'll ask the same question. And I think their question was, hey, are we going to get a 60-40 of everything?
Sure.
And the reality is probably not, because this first round, and this is my opinion, the first round we've pointed everything at the school. Which means we left out the fire department, we left out the township, we left out all the other entities. So on 2 million square feet, I think that pilot raises to, and I'm going to use round numbers, 1.3, roughly 1.3 million.
I think the total package was around 2 million for a 2 million square foot, if I'm not mistaken.
So the pilot, the taxes themselves is probably 2 million, then the pilot is another 1 point something.
Understood.
Going by memory. So we'll have those conversations. I know, the fire department's levy went down. They were hoping to raise $75,000 a year. That levy went down. So I know there's interest there to help try to figure out how to pay for a fire truck. But what we wanted to do is at least lock in this one. I know the plan at Google, they showed the two essentially million square foot buildings. There were two of them. The question is it phase one? Is it 1 million square feet, which so you don't get all the way to the 1.3, or are they building them at the same time? And truly don't know.
Sure,
I think it's
sure.
supply chain. So we'll nail that down eventually.
And Katie, also, right now, the only thing that we can truly deal with is what's in the CRA. I mean, this is what they're telling us. We're guaranteeing this, even though they've got renditions, they've got pictures, they've got everything else saying, hey, we're going to do this. And they probably are going to do it, but it's not in writing anywhere. This is in writing, so we can deal with the 500,000. The rest of it we'll have to deal with when we find out for sure.
Perfect. Thank you for
Yep.
explaining that. And then if the tax levy is reduced, does that include Google since they're there?
No, it might reduce the land, but in terms of the pilot wouldn't reduce, so their tax is based on square footage. It's an interesting question in terms of the 25%, would it go down? In theory, but also keep in mind that right now that property is $124,000 for the entire property. Now we're talking about several million, so it's still more than what that property is currently generating. So are they going to get hit with a 7.5 mil levy? No.
Gotcha.
That millage will spread up all the parcels in Green Township.
Okay. All right, thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Of course. Any other comments or questions, items on agenda? I know we do have our treasurer. I'm not going to forget about you, sir.
I don't have anything.
Nothing online. I know we have Treasurer Sandlin here with us today. Wants to give us an update. The podium is yours, sir.
Thank you, Commissioners, for allowing me to come and use your platform to talk to the county and to speak to you. I want to talk about House Bill 186 and the passage that happened this past year to bring tax relief to property taxpayers all across the state of Ohio. And I'm pleased to announce that we're going to be seeing some tax relief in the form of tax credits back on this second half of property tax collection because the Ohio Assembly passed House Bill 186. It was landmark legislation designed to reduce the burden of the rapidly increasing property taxes of homeowners and farmers across the state. House Bill 186, enacted by the Ohio General Assembly and signed into law by Governor Mike DeWine. I believe also that our Senator Terry Johnson and House Representative Justin Mazzulli both supported this piece of legislation. It brings meaningful relief by limiting certain unvoted property tax increases and expanding tax credits for eligible homeowners. The legislation was specifically designed to address the concerns surrounding steep property valuations, increases following county reappraisals and updates. What House Bill 186 means for property owners is that there will be an inflation cap credit that establishes a statewide property tax credit for eligible owner-occupied homes and agricultural properties. It prevents school districts' revenue generated from the 20 mil floor from growing faster than the rate of inflation, and it helps protect property owners from a sudden increase in tax bills caused by rising property valuations. It means going forward. As we just seen with our last adjustment that happened this year, we had a significant increase. I think average across the county was like 24%. And so with this new bill enactment, hopefully that will be capped off and we won't see those kind of drastic increases. I'm very thankful that the state is reacting to this need because people in our community are hurting badly because of what I believe is too high property taxes. It gives enhanced relief for owner-occupied tax relief. So in other words, there's going to be greater amount of relief for people for their personal home properties. And it increases the residential rollback for the owner-occupied homes from a 10% break to approximately 15% break in it, and so 15.38. It provides additional tax advantage for Ohio homeowners, tax structure adjustments. It eliminates the rollback previously applied to certain non-owner occupied residence properties, allowing greater tax relief to be focused on homeowners living in their properties. Because of this enactment of this bill, the state is currently recalculating everybody's property tax bill. And thus, one of the main reasons I'm here today is because the tax bill 186 creates a new tax credit and requires a recalculation of the bills statewide. The Ohio Department of Taxation is currently updating the tax calculations for every affected property owner in Ohio. As a result, there will be a slight delay in the mailing of the 2026 second half property tax bills. We haven't received the numbers from the state yet to process to be able to send the bills out. And so until we receive the numbers from the state, we can't even process the bills to mail them out. And so it's putting a delay. Normally, our tax bills would go out about this time of the year during this week. And so with this new credit and cap and all these changes, the state hasn't sent us our numbers yet. And so we can't mail a bill that we don't have the actual numbers for yet. It makes it kind of difficult. And so I wanted to announce that to the county. To ensure that the taxpayers have adequate time to review and pay their updated tax bills after they are received, I have extended the second half property tax payment deadline from July 20th, 2026 to August 20th, 2026. So I'm extending the deadline by a month. As soon as the Ohio Department of Taxation provides the updated tax information reflecting those new credits, my office will immediately process and mail the revised tax bills to the county residents. The passage of this House bill is a welcome news for the homeowners and farmers and taxpayers throughout Scioto County and across Ohio. These reforms provide meaningful tax relief while helping protect property owners from dramatic tax increases caused by rising property valuations. Although the implementation of these new credits require additional calculations by the Ohio Department of Taxation, our office is committed to ensuring that every taxpayer receives the benefit and they're entitled to under the law. To make certain residents have sufficient time to pay their taxes after receiving their updated bills, we have extended the second half payment again deadline to August the 20th. Our goal is to always serve the taxpayers of Scioto County with fairness, transparency, and excellent customer service. We appreciate the public's patience during this statewide transition and look forward to delivering those tax savings to our residents. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that update, sir. And I'm sure you'll be probably putting out more information online and on.
Yes, there will be information on our website as well.
Yeah.
The extent, the extent of the deadline. It's basically just been kicked out a month from July. The original deadline for payment was July the 20th.
Yep.
It's been extended to August.
And if you don't get your bill yet, don't call, right?
If you don't get your bill, just hold on, it's coming.
All right.
But we're waiting on the numbers from the state. We can't mail them until they give us the numbers. The numbers first come to the auditor's office. It's processed through the auditor's office, and then they send us what's called a master list, and then we mail the master list out. And so we're as of yet, the state hasn't given the auditor, or David Green's office, the numbers yet. So it's in the process. So, but to make sure that the residents have at least as long as they normally do to get their bill and be able to come and pay it, we've extended it out a month.
Right.
We don't expect it to be a month in delay, but we want to make sure that we have plenty of time for our residents to be able to pay their taxes.
Appreciate that update, sir. Thank you. Commissioner Malton, do you have anything in closing?
Yes, we have Father's Day coming up, and I want to wish everybody, all the fellas out there, a happy Father's Day and a special remembrance to America's founding fathers.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Smith.
A couple things. One, as Drew had mentioned, they have the James Ashley thing the 26th, which is next week, and it's down at the Patterson Pines. What time?
12 noon.
12 noon. So everyone, hopefully all that you can make out that. Unfortunately, I'll be in Denver, so I won't be able to be there, but everyone remember that. And next week is Lightning Safety Week. And I thought today would be a good day to talk about Lightning Safety Week. So apparently there are more injuries from any weather-related issue. Lightning causes more injuries than any across the country. And so next week is Lightning Safety Week. They're telling you, you know, okay, when you know lightning's coming, get out of the way. I guess the easiest way to say it. So find you a place to hide from it the best you can. But let's remember that and try to stay safe out there as we go into, we're getting into the 4th of July, which is going to be 250th celebration. And so we want to make sure that everyone's safe so that they can make it through that.
All right, thank you, sir. A couple things. This weekend, Friday, Saturday, Growing Lucasville Opportunities does have one of their main fundraisers. This is the drive-in. So if your kids have never experienced the drive-in, this is the opportunity. They have, it's all online. They're going back to the 80s, so they have some 80s movies that they're playing this cycle. It's always a great time, well attended. They always have food trucks and different things, normally free inflatables for the kids. So support that group. You know, just a few short years ago, they had a dream to put a park in Lucasville, and that dream has been completely, I think they have a couple remaining items they want to do there, but this board helped with some shelters. Of course, they got the big Kubota grant for their amphitheater. Their park and the playground is now in place. They did a ribbon cutting on that last Saturday. And I think they're still trying to do some ADA paved trails and then also a nature trail. So, but they do the Christmas tree lighting and they do different cleanups and stuff. So support that group. It's a good opportunity to do that. 4th of July is coming up. Once again, the fireworks that people are used to seeing in Portsmouth will all be done at Earl Thomas Conley Park. So in collaboration with Friends of Portsmouth, City of Portsmouth, in the county, there'll be a massively free event there at the park. The splash pad will be free. The only thing not free will be the food trucks. Music, kind of the whole thing. So get out and enjoy that event. But speaking of Freedom Week, so historically this board has done what we call Freedom Week, where we do the splash pad is free for a week for everybody to enjoy with their families during the 4th of July celebration. This year is going to be a little more special, not only 250, but next Thursday, and I'm not going to read the whole press release, we will post this online. Next Thursday, we will be rededicating the splash pad and renaming the splash pad in honor of Doug and Kathy Coleman. So it will be the Doug and Kathy Coleman Memorial Splash Pad. What people may not understand is the splash pad was really Doug's vision, and he didn't get to see it through fruition, and Kathy was able to pick up that torch and make sure that that was completed. So next Thursday at noon at Earl Thomas Conley Park, we'll be kicking off Freedom Week, so the splash pad will start to be free that day all the way through July 5th. But we'll be rededicating that space. And then also we have a dog park where the old playground used to be. We had some fencing. So one of Kathy's last projects she wanted to see at the park was a dog park. And if you knew anything about her and her companion Packer, she loved dogs. She loved kids. And so the dog park will be named in honor of her companion dog that passed away in the crash that ultimately ended up taking her life. So Packer Park will be unveiled as well during this time. We invite really all of her friends, former colleagues, those who were touched by not just Kathy, but Doug as well, to attend the rededication there at ETC. So that is next Thursday at noon. And I think that's all I have for today. If there's no additional comments or questions, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I will second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Malt?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye. Everybody have a great weekend.